Welcome back to the video series for SAScon 2026 General Wars. This is round 5, where I'm facing Phantom, who has 4 squads of Sacred Band with Marcus and Zelrig. I discussed the format in the introduction video, so if you haven't seen that, I recommend checking it out. My army is 5 squads of Axe Grinders with Mogrim. This army is very similar to the Romans build that I faced in round 2, just with Sacred Band in place of Romans. Romans have higher potential stats with the ability to reach 4 defense, but Band are more mobile, as their defense isn't dependent on positioning. This army still has Zelrig though, so as long as he's on the board, I'll have to care about that threat with my Axe Grinder positioning. Thankfully, this is not one of the maps where Zelrig can hit the opposing start zone on Order Marker 1. This map is Stachivon, and the far glyph is Sola Astrid, and the near one is Dagmar. I lose the opening initiative and see 3 order markers on Zelrig, which makes sense. He moves up to max height, where he can hit pretty much anything on his next turn. I bond with Mogrim, wanting to get him up on road, where he can threaten Zelrig better, and spread out key Axe Grinders to create a long line, where Zelrig has plenty of shots of 3 Axe Grinders, but if he hits any of them, I can then catch him. Phantom debated this next turn for a while. He kept going back and forth between, but the attack is so good, and, but I can get caught if I come in now. Ultimately, he decided the attack was too juicy to pass up, flew Zelrig to max height in the center, and does kill the maximum 3 Axe Grinders. I'm pretty happy with this, though. I'm happy to just trade 3 to 4 Axe Grinders here for Zelrig, knowing that I'll then have board control, and then Phantom has no ranged unit to draw me in. I bond with Mogrim, who misses the 4v5. I send 1 Axe Grinder towards Sola Astrid, in case I need it on my Order Marker 3 to kill Zelrig then, engage him with 2 other Axe Grinders, and develop a 4th. I have extremely hot dice, rolling 8 for 8 on attack, and Zelrig manages only 1 for 10 shields, and dies, burning Phantom's Order Marker 3. Back to me, and now I'm in control of the board, having control of height and being up on points. At this point, I want to make the band come at me and fight where I have height and control of Dagmar. I don't bond, as Mogrim is already a threat to any advancing band where he is, and I develop up 3 from the start zone and get the one guy who's on lava off of it. I win the round 2 initiative, which is a bit unfortunate, and I'm in the same spot as on the previous turn, so I don't bond again, and develop up 4 Axe Grinders from the start zone. Marcus and 4 Sacred Band then advance up the center. I do bond with Mogrim this turn, backing him up to where he isn't next to height, and is blocking access to my developing Axe Grinders. I also back up the 1 Axe Grinder that is in band range, and develop up 3 more from the back. I do have all of them out of the start zone at this point, which is nice. We each have 1 hero and 16 squad figures for this engagement, but Mogrim is the better hero for it, and I have a positioning advantage with so many band still being back in the start zone. Marcus scoots a bit forward, avoiding giving me height on him, 1 band scoots over, and 3 others develop up from the start zone. This turn is a bit of a conundrum for me. I don't really want to go in and attack, with band getting a possible switch. I don't really want to be next to too much height either, for the same reason. I don't love letting band hit me in my current position either, so I end up not bonding so that I can get the 6 move, and sending a dude to block Dagmar. He might live, but his main role is to prevent Band from coming in with Dagmar this turn, and then I do some back developments towards the Dagmar side. Marcus comes in and engages Mogrim, which I'm pretty okay with, as tough is hard to get through, and the 1 out of 3 is auto-blocked. 1 band comes in next to Marcus, another goes to height on the Dagmar guy, 1 develops up the middle, and 1 develops on the far side to contest Sola Astrid. Both attacks do go through. I win the round 3 initiative. I'm using the blue dice to plan out Axe Grinder movements if I bond with Mogrim. I end up liking that positioning enough to go ahead and bond, and Mogrim hits Marcus, doing 2 wounds. I chose to hit Marcus here instead of the band, because I can still get 2 Axe Grinders to hit that band with, and if I kill Marcus, I'll then be out-activating the band for the rest of the game. So I'm hoping to kill him this round. Axe Grinders fill in the blue dice spots, but I only get 1 of the kills. Marcus steps forward into the core of my army and kills an Axe Grinder. The 3 band that can get attacks in come in, and another one takes Sola Astrid. Phantom uses Sola Astrid plus Marcus to get an attack of 5 dice on Mogrim, but thankfully it only does 1 wound. The other 2 attacks on Axe Grinders do both go through, though. Mogrim is pretty stuck, so he stays in place. He misses Commander Strike on the 1 target, and then kills the engaged band. I chose to target band here because there aren't many developed ones to take their place, so each band kill I get here is 1 less attack that I'll then take on the following turn. I get height on all 3 forward band and end up killing all 3 of them. Marcus is now surrounded and pretty far ahead of the band. He attacks up at the Axe Grinder, but I block it. 4 band then develop, 2 on each side of the central ruin. Back to me, and this is my chance to kill Marcus while he's stuck on his own. Band are going to be a bit limited by lava on their upcoming Order Marker 3. I move Mogrim forward 1 spot, where he blocks the oncoming Sacred Band, and he hits Commander Strike on Marcus, and then puts another wound on him from the 4v3. I back up 1 guy onto Dagmar, double engage Marcus with 2 others that are protected from Band on the next turn, and engage the far one on max road height. I miss that guy, but I do kill Marcus across the other 2 attacks, which is pretty massive for me. 1 band replaces Marcus, another engages Mogrim, and 1 engages the far Axe Grinder on road, and another develops towards Mogrim. Both attacks on Axe Grinders do go through. I win the round 4 initiative behind the power of Dagmar plus Mogrim, but I elect not to bond with Mogrim here, deciding that I needed 6 move too much. I don't think I like this though in hindsight. Mogrim could have gotten Commander Strike plus a 4v3, and I don't mind him tying up Band even if I get less attacks in as a result. But I do bypass bonding in-game, and get a bunch of attacks from height, and get 2 kills. 4 band now come in, but they have no developed backup behind them, with the remaining 5 bands stuck in the far side of the start zone. All 3 attacks do go through though, in a pretty unfortunate turn for me. I'm now significantly behind on squad figures left, but I do still have Mogrim and better positioning. Mogrim engages 1 band on max height, but misses the 4v3. I send 2 to max height in the middle to kill 1 band, back up 1 that could have gotten hit, and develop a 4th up to the height near Dagmar. I do get the 1 kill. The far band takes Sola Astrid, 2 more develop on the far side, and the one engaged with Mogrim hits him, but whiffs. I elect to leave Mogrim on height, despite the upcoming lava roll, to avoid giving Band a potential attack of 5 into Mogrim, but he whiffs the 4v3. I take Dagmar and line up my remaining Axe Grinders on height behind Mogrim's protection. The 1 free band engages the Axe Grinder on Dagmar, and some more develop up the far side. Mogrim takes 1 wound, and the one on the glyph dies. Well, I was in a pretty good position when Marcus died, but I've had pretty terrible dice since then, and Band are now back in this, as I only have 4 Axe Grinders left to 8 Band, though I do still have a 4-life Mogrim. Lava misses Mogrim, but does hit the Band. I win the round 5 initiative, and Mogrim kills the only Band on the near side from height. I then move 4 Axe Grinders up onto max height, just playing the positioning game, where I'm fine if a single band gets an attack in exchange for me mobbing it on the following turn. I don't advance towards them because I want to force the band to keep stringing themselves out to reach me. 1 band engages, while others develop, and I block the single attack. Mogrim engages him, but misses the Commander Strike and the 4v3. 3 Axe Grinders also engage him, while another takes Dagmar, a bit preemptively, but I'm planning to just hold this position and force Band to come at me across the middle. I do kill that single band. 2 band then engage that forward Axe Grinder, while 2 others develop, and they kill it. Mogrim then engages those 2 band, and kills 1 of them. I then back up all of the Axe Grinders, trying to deny any attacks on them and force the band to, at best, get 2 attacks on Mogrim. Those 2 band do engage Mogrim, and another develops, but neither attack goes through. I win the round 6 initiative, and Mogrim takes an LEA to reach max height, which goes through, and he then kills a band. Axe Grinders then come up to engage the other, getting 2 attacks in and killing it. 1 band engages while the other develops off Sola Astrid towards me, and the 1 attack does go through. Mogrim now comes off height to block the last band from hitting an Axe Grinder, and misses the 4v3. Axe Grinders then take height on the engaged band and get 3 attacks, killing it. The last band comes in and hits Mogrim, but tough is enough. Mogrim then finishes off that last band to end the game. I had a pretty good opening against Zelrig, but some poor defense in the mid-game let Band a little bit back into this. Mogrim was a great roadblock though in the late game, forcing Band to get through him, which they just couldn't do, and I end this event at 4-1. Technically, I got 3rd in this event, which is based on strength of schedule, but there were a bunch of 4-1s, so that's fairly arbitrary. Because this event was a General Wars event, there was also a prize for the top Aquila General, which I won. Mike, formerly OEAO, was also 4-1 in Aquila. His army was 4x Axe Grinders, Mogrim, and Exiles, but I had the better strength of schedule, which is admittedly very arbitrary, but there's really no good way to break ties in large field Swiss events like this. Anyways, fun event. I still like my army and think it was a good meta call. There were 6 copies of the Death Chasers build with Adalburn, including 3 of them that went 4-1, but I didn't end up getting any of those matchups. There were also 11 Stingers builds, which is also a good matchup for my army, and I didn't hit any of them either. There were 2 copies of the 10th build, and I hit both, and this other Einar build with 4x Band or Romans is also fairly good into my army, and I hit 2 of the 3 copies of it. So 4-1, despite that matchup roulette failure, is honestly pretty good, and I'm happy with it.